Welcome to your ultimate grade makeover. I'm your Cambridge exam turnaround coach, and today we're doing a complete audit of the Cambridge Arabic 9680 Paper 4 exam. Specifically, we're tearing into the 12 to 13 sound mark scheme. You know, this isn't just about knowing Arabic grammar or vocabulary. It's about cracking the examiner's code. We are going to take the sour ingredients of a messy, failing response and rebuild it into a 5-star perfect mark answer. We'll look under the hood to see exactly what separates a mediocre grade from an absolute A-star masterpiece.
Look, I love to keep things structured in the kitchen, so here is our exact recipe for today. First, unlocking the mark scheme. Then, the method mark strategy. Third, mastering critical analysis. And finally, the top 3 examiner warnings. Let's get right into it.
Starting with Section 1, Unlocking the Mark Scheme, focusing on the theoretical architecture. This is the foundation of everything we're building today.
So, let's start with the most pressing question, the real sore ingredients of a bad exam paper. Why do students find evaluating evidence and drawing conclusions so incredibly difficult? Seriously, why are you bleeding easy marks here? You've spent months, maybe years studying, yet when it comes to evaluation, the marks just completely evaporate. Well, the examiner reports are crystal clear on this. It almost always comes down to missing the underlying architecture of the syllabus. You just can't treat topics in isolation. It's like throwing random ingredients into a pan and hoping it makes a cake. It doesn't work. Let's look at what the top-tier candidates are actually doing to fix this disaster.
This quote right here is the open secret straight from the principal examiner. Candidates referencing cross-topic connections achieve significantly higher marks. So what does that actually mean for your prep? It means top-performing students have a connected, conceptual understanding. They aren't just memorizing isolated facts in tiny little silos. They're building a dynamic web of knowledge. They can take a concept they learned in week 1 and effortlessly apply it to a totally unfamiliar scenario in week 10. They see the entire syllabus as one living, breathing ecosystem. That is the secret sauce.
Now, dissecting this further, look at this stark contrast we have here. The examiner framework completely prioritizes analytical depth and precise definitions over a superficial breadth of general knowledge. You can't just scatter broad facts onto the page, overcomplicating the recipe with unanalyzed data, and pray the examiner gives you a mark. The examiner is a critical judge. They want structured reasoning. They want to see that you actually understand cause and effect. A fatal lack of command word application completely ruins the score every time. Quality entirely overrules quantity here. 10 pages of vague rambling will always lose to one perfectly constructed razor-sharp paragraph.
Okay, moving on to Section 2, the method mark strategy, which is your procedural framework. This is how we execute the plan.
This sequence right here is where you actually earn marks for the process itself. You must follow this standardized sequence systematically for every single question. First, deconstruct the question. Second, extract the data. Third, select your framework. Fourth, execute with notation. Fifth, verify the results. And finally, present the information. But wait, hold up. Before we talk about rescuing your text flow, I need to pause for a second. If you want to stop serving up average grades and unlock the secret recipe for an A-star, subscribe to Ace the Exams at Ace the Exams right now and hit that notification bell. Seriously, do it. Okay, we're back. Think of these 6 steps like a highly calibrated kitchen. Put the raw question in, run it through these exact stations, and you secure those method marks. Skip a step, you burn the dish and lose the marks.
Notice the strict conventions for presenting your final answer. We're talking proper headings, correct terminology, appropriate formats, and clear annotation. To really rescue the flow of a messy paragraph, I always tell my students to step in with the PEL structure, point, evidence, explain, link. It forces you to use the right terminology and formatting naturally. These are literally the easiest marks on the entire paper. Yet so many candidates tragically throw them away because they rush the writing process and forget these crucial structural steps. Treat your presentation, the plating of your dish if you will, with the exact same respect as the content.
Let's pivot to Section 3, Mastering Critical Analysis. This is where we get into evaluation and insights.
Welcome to the interactive taste test part of our audit. Look at this essential problem-solving loop. Deconstruct, solve, evaluate. You have to actively identify the information, break it into logical steps, solve it, check it for reasonableness, and make justified recommendations. Let's do a quick mental challenge. I'm putting a 60-second visual timer in your head right now. When you look at a complex piece of source data, what's the winning argument point? It's not the first obvious fact. It's the one that comes from checking reasonableness and making a justified recommendation based on alternative interpretations. If you aren't looping through these exact steps, you are only doing half the work, and you're leaving marks on the table.
This shows us exactly what evaluative thinking looks like for those top-scoring candidates. They never, ever accept information at face value. Actually, scratch that. They don't just not accept it, they actively interrogate it. They question assumptions. They consider completely different perspectives. And most importantly, they justify every single decision with hard, undeniable evidence drawn straight from the text. This fiercely critical mindset is the true hallmark of an A-star response.
Finally, let's bring it all together in Section 4, the top 3 examiner warnings. These are the critical errors you absolutely must avoid.
These are the precise traps that ruin scores year after year. Let's find the hidden critical errors that forfeit huge marks. Error number 1, confusing cause and effect. Your logical reasoning must be airtight. Error number 2, forgetting to check format and presentation, which just bleeds method marks. And error number 3, this is the big one, providing answers that are not specific to the context given. This is the single biggest hurdle candidates face.
I am highlighting this because it's the ultimate examiner alert. The classic mistake is providing generic answers, not specific to the question context. Always link every point to the given scenario. Listen, you could write a beautifully structured, theoretically perfect Arabic paragraph, but if it has that one hidden critical error, meaning it's just a rehearsed, generic answer not tied to the specific scenario, the examiner cannot award you the marks. Context is everything. Without it, your entire response just collapses.
So let's look at our newly transformed, flawless 5-star presentation. Ask yourself, are you just blindly memorizing facts, or are you ready to master the methodology? Here's my recap of the 3 golden rules of exam prep based on this audit. 1. Connect your topics. 2. Justify your reasoning with evidence. And 3. Always apply the context. Shift your prep today to prioritize the cooking process over just the final product. And that's a wrap on this grade makeover. Don't forget to subscribe to Ace the Exams at Ace the Exams, turn on those notifications, and comment below with the specific subject and level you find hardest. Keep learning, and I'll catch you in the next one.